What's up, gamers? It's KaizerAxel, and
Kanaka.
welcome back to the MDL Week 3 battle number 3. It's going to be Glenn versus Giant, Shidochi versus the Rock of Sages. Looking at both of their teams,
Why is there a flower?
because that is something that Giant drafted during the draft portion.
Okay.
Yeah,
Don't know how that's gonna help him, but you know what? Whatever.
yeah. But looking at Glenn's strong doubles team, he looks like he can probably crush the competition against Giant. But Giant does have two big threats, one being the Araquanid and the other being the Latios.
Latios?
Yeah, Jolteon is
Actually, that Jolteon could come back.
yeah, Jolteon is a great
Terra.
pick as well. Yeah, the Terra on it would be great, and then Fortress with all the the hazards and all the goodness and whatnot. Although, looking at the teams, like you were mentioning earlier, Zach, that Glamette looking kind of weak for Giant in this matchup.
Doesn't, unless he's using it to set up toxic spikes, which then is hilarious.
But yeah,
Because everything on Giant's team except the Klefki is going to get poisoned otherwise.
You mean Glenn's team? Glenn's team.
And that would be funny as all hell.
Yeah, but anyways, let's hop right into the battle. Let's not keep our players waiting. Looking at possible
Make 'em
leads,
wait!
we might see the Klefki or the Smeargle lead for Glenn, and then for Giant, we might see the Glamette or the Fortress, and instead is the Araquanid. Honestly speaking, I would not want to be up against that bug in real life, because, fuck spiders.
Yes, exactly. But however, I'm thinking... Oh, no, does that say 4chanting?
Yep. Fucking
Okay.
Glenn.
Well, Giant better do something about that Smeargle, or he's kind of screwed.
Wait, Glenn has an eject pack? What? Oh no, I don't think he understood how that worked. Unless he did.
Wait, how does that work? He did an attack.
No, so eject pack is different from eject button. So eject button says whenever you're hit, eject pack says whenever you have a stat lowered. So maybe this was a tech of Glenn, that way he could do like some turn 1 shenanigans and then bring in something else to handle whatever was
I don't
in.
know about that.
I don't know, you never know what's happening in the mind of Glenn.
5 minutes later. Oh no!
5 minutes later, Glenn's like, "Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that was a
I made a terrible error."
You know? But this is actually a great matchup right now. Sword stance on the Ogre Pawn. Giant does get the sticky web off, although I don't think that's gonna help him all that much. Now it's a +2 rock grass ogre. And that thing is going to annihilate the bug. The bug will not live. If I were Giant, I'd
that bug
switch
isn't
up.
gonna last for...
Oh,
and then if it has the toxic
yep,
attack,
okay. That means it's gonna live one more attack, and it's going to put up the second layer of spikes.
yeah, I'm about to say, Glenn here is kind of screwed on that front if he lets it go through.
Unless the
If he lets
Smeargle-
it go through.
Well, if the Smeargle has whatchamacall,
Poison.
defog or rapid spin, that's fine. But Ivy Cudgel going in and killing the Glamette first blood
Oh, boy,
of the
that's
game.
That's some terrifying stuff over there.
Yeah, Glenn's got the sticky webs and the toxic spikes. In comes the Fortress. This is actually, I like this pick right here, because Fortress is going to be 2 times effective if Giant uses Gyro Ball. If he doesn't, that I wonder why he would bring in the Fortress then.
Body press.
I can see Body Press. Body Press works too.
Body press actually turns out to be a better move for it than Gyro Ball sometimes.
Yeah, just because like Gyro Ball uses attack stat as well as speed stat, whereas Body Press is just for the defense, so that makes sense. But we'll see what happens. Glenn opting to switch out though. Stealth Rock? Okay, so Giant's just going full hazard mode, but it's like, Giant, you gotta apply some pressure on his team now. Cause like...
I think he's... yeah, that's actually kind of concerning, actually.
Like, the hazards are nice, but that's not going to help, like...
Even in the long run.
I mean, it helps in the long run, but like, in the current moment, it's not helping him at all. Glenn going for the light screen, Volt Switch, which is nice.
Wait, what?
No. You actually... Well, eject button. Oh! And goodbye,
that
Sash.
killed his...
This Smeargle is gonna die.
Oh, that's a problem.
But now because of the eject button, the Volt Switch fails, which means... Yep, okay,
Oh,
there's the Rapid
Spin.
Spin. So all that hard work, gone.
So yeah, that Smeargle's pretty much fucking dead.
Yeah, the Smeargle's gonna die, no more Focus Sash, but that's actually good. We saw 2 attacks from the Smeargle thus far, Spore and Rapid Spin. If anything else, it probably has some more setup moves, so wouldn't be surprised to see that on Glenn's side. But overall, we haven't seen the rest of Glenn's team and Giant's team, like we said before, not handling the Glenn's team all too well right now.
Unfortunately, I don't think he's gonna handle Giant's team all that well in general.
Let's see what could possibly handle the Smeargle before it sets off a,
Bullshit?
Nope, this Piloswine's gonna go to sleep. It is slower than the Smeargle. If anything...
It is.
Yeah, if anything, the
However,
Latias with like Psyshock would have worked better.
Unless it has Sleep Talk.
We'll be surprised, but let's see what happens. So he gets 1 turn of sleep right here.
Unfortunately, that Smeargle's gonna die.
Yeah, the Smeargle's gonna die. Hands down.
I'm sorry, that Smeargle will not live.
I know, it took so much stuff. But at least, like, Glenn doesn't have to worry about the Toxic Spikes, but he does still have to worry about the Sticky Web and the Stealth Rocks.
Yeah.
Piloswine asleep again. Glenn goes for Baton Pass. Okay.
I don't know how much of that's worth it, though, the Baton Pass in this situation.
Dirty Baton Passers.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, in this case, I don't know how much Baton Pass is going to help him.
That's going to help a lot.
That's why.
That is going to help a lot.
I don't...
+1 special attack, +1 special defense, and +2 attack. Technically +2 special defense because of the
all it's
light
going to
screen.
take is 1 Earthquake, and that thing dies.
Depends. So we didn't see the Intimidate coming out, which means this is a, whatchamacallit, it's a Blade.
Oh, he teared it in the water.
Wait, did we see the Intimidate? No, we didn't.
The Intimidate didn't work, remember? It was Oblivious. He chose Oblivious.
Oh, so that's why. Okay, I'm stupid. I didn't notice that. But like you said, Terra Water, so that's an interesting play.
It's an interesting time to use his Terra for that, but, you know, I won't question it because it's not the worst idea.
It's not the worst idea, but also not the best. Glenn's still in a commanding lead. In
True.
Shiny... Damn it, Glenn. You and your names. But let's see
The biggest thing is going to be how much can Glenn handle here in this situation.
That is very true, but it's also if Giant's Piloswine can wake up. If the Piloswine wakes up, that'll put him in a good position. Personally, I probably would have ran the Thick Fat Piloswine over Oblivious, but it worked out for him in the end.
I mean, Darkest Lariat just kind of gets around a lot of stuff, and I think that's a big problem that Giant would have had to deal with regardless.
Yeah, nothing on Giant's team wants to take that Dark type attack, so how is he going to handle that? He does wake up. Rock Slide doing not so much. I would have gone for the Earthquake there, but Glenn going for the Parting Shot? After he just set up all that stuff for his Incineroar? Okay.
I think he panicked.
Yeah, that might have been a panic move. He probably predicted Giant to switch out, if anything.
He probably wasn't expecting Giant to do it.
Yeah. But also what was weird was Giant going for the Rock Slide rather than the Earthquake. But now there is a Reflect versus Stealth Rock, so that's basically this Pokemon against Glenn's team. But still, Giant not giving too, like, he's not putting that pressure on Glenn like we expect him to. Like, if anything, he needs to switch out immediately.
Well, the biggest problem for Giant is that he doesn't switch out.
Yeah, that's proven
to be his fate. He doesn't switch out for good reasons.
Yeah.
He tends to switch out for, no offense, really bad reasons.
No, you're right, though. Freeze Strike coming out, not doing anything. Why the Freeze Strike?
You know, that's a good question, Chief.
I don't think Giant...
I couldn't tell you.
Giant, please tell me you have Earthquake on this thing. If he doesn't have Earthquake, I
If he
will
doesn't
be...
have Earthquake, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Right? It's a Paloswine! Use it!
I have a feeling Giant might have gone for one strat to be unique. Because that is Giant's unfortunate signature. He always tries to make something unique. However, sometimes he doesn't think his uniqueness through, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And that, unfortunately, leads him down a path of panic or switching out.
Okay, finally something useful.
This better have fucking Rapid Spin.
That's probably why he switched it out for the Rapid Spin.
Like, it feels like a stall match at this point.
Yeah, it's a stall match, but Glenn is actually wasting his screen's opportunity, so... Ooh, and the nice read, so those hazards are there to stay, my buddy. But now Glenn is really good, because, like, if this Dragapult has a fire attack, bye-bye bug. So what's he gonna do when he comes for you? I love the name.
Yeah.
Fucking
But I don't
love
see... I'll be honest with you. This was a really bad setup for both of them, I feel like. Oh.
And there's the flamethrower.
Because it lost its sturdy, so...
Yeah.
Giant probably didn't think about it. Actually...
Actually, it could live a hit and then fire back.
Yeah, because it won't... It's gonna take... It can't get burned.
Cannot get burned. Takes less from fire attacks.
And it has... And also, Araquanid is pretty special and defensive.
That is very true. And as we know, Dragapult is not the most tanky Pokemon, so maybe he can live a hit, you know, maybe he can KO the Dragapult. Although if I
put on this thing.
let's see, there's bug attacks, water attacks, both of which are resisted. Maybe a dark attack. I think it gets crunch. I could be wrong.
I'll be honest with you. I think Glenn made a mistake by going into a stall match with Glenn, and I think with Giant, and I think Giant made a mistake trying to go into a stall match with Glenn.
Not only that, but the actually Glenn is actually between the two stall. Glenn is better, just because
Yeah, but I
like
think it's a bad idea just to go stall in general because I think the one thing I hate about stall Axel is that it can go bad very quickly.
yeah, should one Pokemon go down, and unfortunately for Giant, 2 of his Pokemon went down. Maverick.
Oh, that makes that a fucking problem.
Maybe he was expecting the Draco Meteor.
Oh,
Oh no, Giant, go for a water attack, please.
well, and that's the thing. They need to know types.
Oh,
Wait, you're not gonna win that encounter, dude.
Giant, go for a water attack.
Giant, don't use Leech Life again.
Miracoat's not gonna save him all that much. Just go for the water attack and secure the
You don't want a
kill.
water attack on it. I bet you $10.
Oh my gosh, Giant, no. We're gonna have to do a...
It doesn't. Axel, it doesn't.
Well, it's only shown 3 of its moves.
Giant, it's... Why? Stop! Use a water move, please!
Just use a damn
Please
water
tell me you didn't
move.
put Water Absorb.
Oh gosh.
Giant.
Water Absorb would have been better in his matchup last week, but in this matchup,
Yeah.
the Water Bubble is actually better.
Bubble is a much better ability.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I think this is
Giant
not
needs
gonna
to
go
get... I will say this, because have you noticed that he's been trying to use a lot of stall Pokemon
He has been.
throughout this entire draft?
Mm-hmm.
Giant needs to stop stalling. I'm sorry. It seems mean. And I know he's trying to go for his own play style, or he's trying to discover his own play style, but I don't think stall is the way for him.
Yes, definitely not, because with the way that, like, everyone drafted their Pokemon, we just get right around stall with between, like, all the different types of Terras, and now he's...
Oh my god, why did you wait for so long? This thing would have been dead a long time ago.
Right? I don't know. And then he would have saved his Araquanid so much life. I don't know what he's thinking. But Klefty's gonna die upon switching unless those rocks are gone. Oh, he gets a crit. What? Oh my god, go for the water attack. This guy is not doing what he's supposed to do. This is a steel fairy, which means water type attacks are neutral to it. Damn it, Giant. Go for the water attack, but it doesn't matter because the Araquanid's going to die. And that is entirely Giant.
I'm sorry.
That's entirely Giant's fault, so cannot help that.
I just don't know what his thought process here was.
I don't either, Chief, but now it's gonna be 3 versus 6.
And unfortunately...
Actually, the Lati could kill this. If played correctly.
Well, fuck it, fine.
Oh, this thing's gonna die.
Oh, well, that was short-lived.
Yep. Ah, my bad. I don't...
unless he's got Ice Shard on it.
No, the reflects up. Yeah, okay, so maybe... Okay, actually, now he has a chance. Okay.
Really?
His chance is here now. Glenn's gonna set up the screens, but that's gonna be it for this Klefki. He finally gets a kill, but it's too late in the matchup for that kill.
Especially because he basically wasted his Terra.
Yeah, he wasted his Terra, and he has nothing else.
Giant, you better Ice Shard this thing right now. You better Ice Shard right now.
Okay, so no more hazards for Glenn, and Giant takes down a second Pokemon, but...
Depending on what comes out next.
No, like...
No, it depends on what comes out next. Because he has Ice Shard.
Okay, yeah. This isn't gonna die.
It'll die, but at least he'll... Did he not go for an Ice Shard?
Nope. He thought he was faster. My sentiments exactly, buddy. We're gonna have to have a very long talk with our friend here.
Okay, don't you send out Latias. Okay. What are you gonna do with the Jolteon? I actually have no idea. Because you go for Thunderbolt, he's gonna switch over to either the Dragapult or the KaizerAxel.
Yeah. There's like nothing the Jolteon can do that can help it. Alluring voice.
What? It got alluring voice?
Yeah. But that's interesting. Okay, so we see that the Jolteon is life orbed. Yeah, it got alluring voice in this generation. Shadow Ball doing decent amount of damage,
yeah,
but
that's good.
Yeah, and
I mean, at least Spikes aren't gonna do anything to his last Pokemon.
Yeah, but like it doesn't matter.
Let me question this: if he built the Darkest Lair says I don't care.
Yeah.
Unless he put Surf on it, I doubt it.
Well, at least Giant doesn't have to worry about the screens anymore, or the spikes, but it's like, without the proper setup, Latios can't really...
I will say this, Giant could get a third kill, if he plays the cards right. Latios is a very strong Pokemon.
It's very strong, and if he can do things correctly, he can possibly come back with the win, but that's going to be a difficult ask.
It is essentially an uphill battle for Giant.
Yeah. So let's see what he has in store for us.
I think they're both trying to think. I think Glenn is trying to wonder if he should just sack this Quagsire, or...
No, he's probably thinking, is Giant gonna go for the Psychic move, and should I switch
Well, here's the thing. This Earthquake isn't going to do anything to Latios.
Yeah. Water attack isn't gonna do anything. If anything, maybe Quagsire has Yawn, but I don't think Glenn wants to lose another Pokemon just to improve his standings, so... That's why I was saying, like, maybe he might be debating whether Giant is going for the Psychic attack to switch in the Incineroar. So. But he goes for Ice Beam instead. But now...
Wait, what? Did you make it offensive, Latias?
I think he did.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, we're gonna have a lot of questions for our buddy here. Or is... Ooh! But Darkest...
He made a hyper-offensive Latias.
Yeah, but unfortunately, with how the team stacks, that Dragapult's gonna outspeed this thing as soon as it comes in, and bye-bye. Yep, so Giant gets 3 down, but in comes Dragapult to finish it off, and that's gonna be the game for Glenn.
Pretty sure it has a Sucker Punch.
Not even that, it's just naturally faster.
But Glenn might not be willing to risk it.
Risk what? It's natural. The Dragapult's naturally faster.
Yeah, right.
Like, you could run you could run very little investment in the Dragapult, and it would still outspeed the Latios. But GG's to Glenn. He won the game 3-0, and let's talk with our players. Players, are you here?
They're still muted.
They are still muted and deafened. God damn it! Why don't people undeafen themselves? Get in here, you fuckers! But it was definitely an interesting match. Giant had like a really good lead with the Glamet getting off all those stuff, but
I am
there was too much of a heavy. Lost Will.
Yeah, we lost Will.
All right.
No, Will.
So Giant, there's a couple things I want to say.
But first, before that, I'd like to say GG's to you, Glenn. Congratulations on getting another win under your belt.
I was sweating bullets. Oh, damn. I was like, damn it! I don't know what to do here now.
There was a lot of interesting plays all throughout this, and you should hear the commentary between Zach and I, mostly directed at our good friend Rock of Sages here. But Zach, continue. What were you gonna
I
say?
will say this. And I think it's a playstyle that, unfortunately, Giant, I think you need to drop. Because, and I hate to say this, it's because we're all expecting it at this point.
Okay.
You are very heavily reliant on hazards. I think you're trying to do as much damage or inflict as much possible shit as you can. However, Giant, there's a big weakness to hazards. Because now that we see you using so many hazards, people are probably going to prep for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, and also, you like to go stall, but you don't have
Enough oomph to kill.
Well, not only
No,
that,
no,
when
no.
you do stall, you also want reliable recovery, and none of the mons that you have outside of the Latias has reliable recovery.
So I think you did pretty well with what you had, Giant, but the Glamet was fine. We understand why you had the Glamet.
Yeah,
Its job was to spread toxic spikes. which
and
is
it worked out really well for you in the beginning. It got the spikes off. Unfortunately, the rapid spin on the Smeargle came out, so that was one
Your
thing.
Araquanid is what made us kind of slam our heads into the thing.
Because
So
when it was the
the leech life and the liquidation was okay. There is one move that I don't think you should have added because they're very, very tricky to use. Mirror Coat and Counter are both moves that come with high risk,
yeah.
and it can easily be stopped.
Like
In
when
the case of
when it was a Araquanid versus a Klefki, we were wondering, why aren't you going for the liquidation? But liquidation is going to do way more than Miracoat's ever going to do, because
let's put it this
it's
way, Giant. That Klefki would have died way before if you had just used liquidation.
Yeah, when I saw that first liquidation hit, I'm like, oh, that did a lot of damage. I was like, okay.
yeah. So
Alright.
you need to understand your type chart again, because like it's Klefki is a fairy steel type, therefore water attacks are neutral to it. So you gotta understand that, and that will help you do better throughout the rest of the tournament. But don't look grimaced, my friend, because you still have a shot. Definitely,
You did count 3 Pokemon.
yeah, definitely from the look of it, you're not gonna be within the top 2 for sure. But you still have a shot of making it to playoffs. You just have to think carefully about your team and how you're gonna, plan it all. Now remember, take your time, plan out your team, and then when you're playing, don't get flustered. That's your key to winning.
Yeah.
And
I'm
change
just
up your
glad I was
play.
able to...
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely have to do something about the hazards. I'm just glad I was able to knock out 3 of Glenn's Mon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, damn. I think I have to sack some mons here because I need better switch-ins. And I think there were some moments too. I was like, oh my god, it lived. It still lived.
I'll be honest with you guys. The other thing too is, it's gonna sound mean. If you really want a hyper offensive Dragon Psychic Pokemon,
Go Latios.
go Latios, because Latios is not meant to sweep.
Latios requires setup.
So if you remember my Latias that when I did the run back with Chris, the reason why my Latias finally did what it was supposed to do,
He had the right fucking Terra this time.
yes,
But
because because it gets a self-recovery move, and it gets Calm Mind.
Yeah, that's fine.
It has the ability to it avoids hazards other than Stealth Rock.
Yeah.
But
So
it avoids all other hazards.
yeah. So really, Giant, when you're doing hazard control, the major one that you really want to go for is Stealth Rocks. Spikes is if it's after Stealth Rocks, then you want like Toxic Spikes, and then you want Spikes, and then Sticky Web. Actually, Sticky Web goes up before Spikes, so it's going to be Stealth Rock, Toxic Spikes, / Sticky Web, then Spikes itself. Because you usually only use Sticky Web if you're looking for that entire speed control. If you're not going for speed control, don't use the whole Sticky Web, and like I said, Stealth Rock is the major one, because it does a lot of damage depending on what typing you are. Now, Spikes can get avoided.
It's one hazard that the only way to get around it is boots.
What the hell? Chris was watching this match too?
Or Magic Guard.
He was?
Yeah, he's in here still.
Wow, and he can't say hi? What a hole. But, yeah.
Yeah, but overall you did really well, guys, but
Yeah.
Giant, just change up your playstyle, or if you want to truly be the tank master, look at how to tank.
Yeah, that's definitely going to help you out. And Glenn, I love the team style that you had for today. There was lots of interesting Pokemon. I love seeing the Sword Dance on the Ogerpon, because, you know, Ogerpon is just a beast, especially once you get that you know, +2 attack, and then, like, Incineroar. I love your double singles team.
My double singles team, yeah.
Yeah, but, yeah, great match, guys. And we look forward to seeing the rest of your matches here in the tournament. This is only week 3. And so, let's see, Glenn, next week, you have to challenge my co-host for today. You have to challenge Mr. Zach for next week, for week 4.
Right,
now,
well,
this is...
get that loss ready, so...
No. I expect you to do better than what you did previously. Glenn,
I expect you to win.
yes, you can do this, Glenn. You have the knowledge. You know his playstyle after watching it for 3 weeks now. Do your research. Plan it out. You can do this. And then for you, Giant... I mean, you never know. So actually, both of our competitors here have the salty run back for next week. Glenn with you, Zach, and then Giant with Goof. But yeah, just study your team, study your opponent's team. Don't get flustered. Make the right choices, and that is your key to victory. But... we'll have to wait until next week to see those videos. So anyone who is watching, we'd like to thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, comment what our players should do, what they shouldn't do, or just comment that you love them. Anything helps us. And with that, we'll see you later, gamers. Bye!
Bye-bye.
See you, Battle Maniacs.